Hey guys, this is T2 Asia 4V. In this video, I'll report on my experience of riding a packed water bus on the Saen Saep Canal, winning on the sidelines, and then going to a karaoke bar with Thaniya Young Place. It's the 9th day of the trip, the second day in Bangkok. I got back to the hotel late last night, so I woke up at 11 AM today. Then, I took my medicine for my chronic illness around 12 PM. It's 1:35 PM, I want to have breakfast and lunch somewhere. I'll eat at this restaurant on Sukhumvit Soi 11. I ordered chicken cashew nut and Americano hot. The inside of the restaurant has a nice nightclub feel. The staff who work there look to be Indian, maybe there are a lot of Indian customers around here. Americano hot. The coffee has a strong, normal taste, it's delicious. Chicken cashew nut is brought to me. The seasoning is excellent, and the texture of the nuts is exquisite and delicious. As I was taking pictures of the food that was brought to me, an Indian-looking female waiter started talking to me. She said she was from Pakistan. I thought she was Indian. When I told her I was from Japan, she asked me, "Is Japan close to Thailand?" I replied, "It takes about 7 hours by plane," and she responded, "That's far." Then she asked me, "Are you a photographer?" I was taking videos, but she thought I was taking photos. I replied, "No, I post videos on YouTube, but I'm not very popular." She encouraged me, saying, "Don't worry, your subscribers will increase little by little, do your best." I felt like my dry heart was healed a little. Maybe Pakistanis are a lot of kind-hearted people. I had hardly ever walked around Sukhumvit Soi 11, so I decided to take a walk there. Sukhumvit Soi 11 is full of restaurants and bars aimed at foreigners. It seems to be a lively area where people gather. There seem to be a lot of clubs as well. This is what it looks like looking towards Sukhumvit Road from the T-o'clock intersection at the end of Soi 11. I arrived at Soi 13, the Soi next to Soi 11. I discovered a commercial building in Soi 13 called the Trendy that houses various shops. This building also seems to have stylish bars aimed at foreigners. I went inside the Trendy. The inside of the building is like a small mall, and it seems to have a variety of shops. There is an open atrium and a gorgeous atmosphere. There was also a money exchange shop. It was 3:30 PM. I was feeling a bit hungry, so I decided to have my second lunch at this restaurant. I ordered a half-English breakfast and a coffee. Long black coffee. It tasted like regular coffee and was delicious. Half-English breakfast. This also tasted just as it looked and was delicious. The inside of the restaurant looked like this, with a calm atmosphere. I'll be using a Bolt motorbike. The building you see on your right is the Trendy. It's a pretty big building. I'll move from Soi 13 to Soi 15 and ride to the end of Soi 15. I've arrived at the water bus station Nana Pier. Water buses run along the Saen Saep Canal, providing a means of transportation for the locals. I've never ridden this water bus, so I've always wanted to try it. Even though it's a water bus, it's still public transport, so there's a route map of the station that looks like it. The water bus has arrived. It's cool. I'll get on the water bus. There are a lot of people on board. It started moving right away. It was crowded and many people were standing because they couldn't find a seat. A staff member came over to collect the fare, so I handed him 20 baht and said Thongler. The fare from Nanuchard Pier Station to Thongler Pier Station seems to be 14 baht. More and more people got on at the stations along the way, and the boat became very crowded. Before getting on the water bus, I thought it would be very shaky because it was a boat. However, surprisingly, the ride was quite stable. It did shake occasionally, but it seemed less shaky than the Yamanote line in Tokyo. How elegant it would be to travel by water bus, I thought before getting on the water bus. However, when I actually got on, it was like a crowded train in Tokyo. I am approaching my destination, Thongler Pier Station. I disembark. I arrived safely at Thongler Pier Station. The boat stops for a short time. The boat quickly heads to the next station. A water bus is coming from the opposite direction. This one is empty. Depending on the new board, you might be able to get on an empty water bus. Now, I leave Thongler Pier Station and move on. Let's go back a little. While having lunch at the Trendy for the second time, I made a reservation for a massage called Sideline. I sent a message to the masseuse who I couldn't get a reservation for in January 2024, and I was able to make a reservation for that masseuse. So now I'm on my way to the hotel designated by the masseuse. What an elegant holiday to go to get a Sideline massage by water bus. I arrived at the hotel designated by the masseuse. As many of you may already know, I'd like to share some unfortunate news with you. In January 2025, Thailand's sidelines underwent major changes and were left in a state of devastation. As of July 2025, I think it is now more difficult than ever to get a sideline massage in Thailand. Now that I've arrived at the hotel, I'll contact the masseuse. The masseuse told me the room number, so I'll head to my room. This is the room. It was 5:05 p.m. I arrived in front of the room designated by the sideline masseuse. I knocked on the door and it opened. However, no one was there. When I entered the room, the masseuse was hiding behind the door and opening it. The masseuse was wearing light clothing, so she didn't seem to be seen from outside. Maybe she was a little shy. The room had a nice, sexy smell, like women's body cream. The masseuse first charged me for the massage. I paid 1,800 baht for a 40-minute massage. I was then encouraged to take a shower, so I did so alone. The masseuse was already in the shower, so I was the only one taking a shower. It was good because it reduced the amount of time wasted. After taking a shower, I chat with the masseuse for a bit. The masseuse is a little shy, so she doesn't say much, but she laughs a little during our conversation and is very friendly. The masseuse is 20 years old and about 163 to 164 centimeters tall. Even though she is wearing light clothing, you can see that she has a good figure. The masseuse's body is well curved and has no excess fat, and her breasts are knee-cup. They seem natural, and the shape is also wonderful, and the ladybug resting on the tip of her chest is very light in color. Furthermore, the circular mark that indicates the ladybug's territory is small. Amazing. It's rare to see breasts like this. In contrast to such a wonderful body, her face is simple and cute. When she has no expression, she gives off a slightly cold impression, but when she smiles, she becomes instantly cute. I wondered if the masseuse was from China, but it turned out she was from Isan. It's no wonder that Isan is known as the birthplace of beautiful women. The masseuse had long, silky hair. Her appearance was almost identical to the profile picture on Sideline's website. Now, the masseuse prepares me for the massage. First, she uses her hands. During the massage, the masseuse attaches the suction cups of her pet octopus to my pet ladybug. Then, she uses the suction cups of her pet octopus to polish my cave sword. During the polishing, she uses a thin layer of chemical product. Now that I'm ready to go cave exploring, I head out with the masseuse. I hold my sword in the right position and head out cave exploring. The masseuse suggests that since your sword is a little big, we should explore the cave at a slower pace. I asked the masseuse if she could make a cheer pose like you do when you win. She shyly did so. I tried to stick the suction cups of my pet octopus and the suction cups of the masseuse's pet octopus together, but the masseuse said that you can't go inside the octopus's suction cup, so I stuck the suction cups together with a very light touch. The masseuse spread her legs so that it would be easier to explore the cave. The masseuse has almost no excess fat, so it's very easy to explore the cave. So, as I continued my cave exploration, I was able to make a clapping sound that echoed throughout the massage room for a long time. After a while of clapping sounds echoing around the room, the exit of the cave gradually came into view. A white light shone in from the cave's exit, and we were able to reach it safely. After our cave exploration, the masseuse said, "Please take a shower." I took a shower as instructed and prepared to leave the room. I said to her, "You're tall and have a big chest." The masseuse then joked, "You're short, but you've got a big sword." The masseuse was very charming. I was very satisfied with my cave exploration. I decided to leave the room. I enjoyed a very satisfying massage in Thongler. I'm a little tired after the massage. I decide to take a rest at the cafe attached to the hotel. I decide to drink pineapple juice. Pineapple juice. Maybe because I just exercised, the juice I drank seems to seep into my body and it's incredibly delicious. By the way, this hotel seems to be Japanese, and there were a lot of Japanese books. It's 6:25 p.m. I've finished everything I wanted to do today with the massage. I'll move around on a Bolt bike. I arrived in the Silom area. Speaking of Silom. Yes, it's where Thaniya is. I don't have much cash on hand, so I exchange it at a shop on Thaniya Street that is famous for exchanging Japanese yen. It's 7 p.m. I walk along Thaniya Street. There are many karaoke ladies on the street beckoning customers. There are so many ladies on the street that I wonder if there will be an oversupply and they won't be able to do business. I leave Thaniya Street for now. I arrive at Papong Night Market near Thaniya Street. It is crowded with many tourists. The famous go-go bar King's Castle in Papong starts at 7:30 p.m. I walk to the other side of Papong Night Market. As the sun goes down, the atmosphere gradually becomes more pleasant. I was feeling a little hungry, so I bought a protein drink at 7-Eleven. It's 7:29 p.m. I'm back on Thaniya Street. I'm taken by a tout on the street to a karaoke bar called Daiichi Club. First, the mama Saen explains the pricing system to me. The set fee for 1 hour is 700 baht. A lady's drink is 200 baht per glass. A VIP room is 500 baht. A bar fine is 800 baht. A short tip is 3,500 baht. And a long tip is 5,000 baht. I will chat with the lady I chose for an hour. The lady looks very stylish from under her clothes. She has curves where they should be, and tight where they should be. Amazing. And she has a beautiful face. But she doesn't laugh much. She smiles shyly, but not in a big way. I wonder if it's the result of plastic surgery? I thought she was in her 20s, but she's actually just 30. She's from Phuket. It seems that prices are a little higher in Phuket than in Bangkok. For example, a meal that costs 50 baht in Bangkok would cost around 60-70 baht in Phuket. Also, the beaches in Phuket are apparently nicer than those in Pattaya. Of course, I've never been to Phuket, but I think the water quality is incomparable to that of Pattaya Beach. She used to work at a luxury car dealership. No wonder she looks so good. And she worked at the King's Castle for 7 months. At the time, she was also working as a car dealer. After that, she started working at Daiichi Club. She said it's been 3 months since she started working here, and now it's her only place to work. When I asked her if her income had decreased, she said it was the same as before. The lady asked me, "Do you want to sing karaoke?" I replied, "I'm tone deaf, so I don't sing." She said, "I'll sing for you," and sang karaoke for me. To be honest, she wasn't very good at singing, but seeing her sing for me, I was surprised to find myself a little moved. I felt very relaxed, and just like that, it seemed like an hour had passed. I decided to pay the bill. I was able to heal my mind at Daiichi Club in Thaniya. It's 8:59 p.m. I decide to leave the Silom area. I get on the Bolt motorbike. I turn at the Sick intersection. I pass Soy Cowboy. I've arrived at my destination. I arrived at the street where Young Place is located. It's 9:20 p.m. I've arrived in the area around Young Place. There are many karaoke bars in this area, mainly for expatriates. I've come back to Club Line 23, a karaoke bar I visited for the first time yesterday. Unlike yesterday, I arrived earlier today, so the ladies are outside the bar soliciting customers. The man who related to the bar and who I talked to at the bar last night called out to me, so I went inside. At the same time as I entered, another group of 3 Japanese people also entered. It seems to be quite popular. Since I entered the bar before the others, I was allowed to choose the lady who would serve me first. When I asked for a show up, the cute lady I had requested yesterday was there, so I decided to request that lady again. I was shown to my seat. Yesterday, I was seated in a relatively open space with sofa seats, but today I was shown to a semi-private room. It has a slightly closed atmosphere and is very comfortable. The size is just right, and the lighting is just dim. This bar is an ichaka bar, so it has an atmosphere that seems good for people who want to flirt with the ladies. Yesterday, I was talking to the man related to the bar, so I didn't have much to talk to the lady I chose. So today I was able to talk to the lady I chose about various things. The lady is very beautiful. She is slender and has a very good figure. She said she has been working here for a month. She used to be a waiter at a restaurant. The lady can only speak Thai, but she talks to me a lot. We communicate through a translation app. I feel very hospitable. On the way, we play jackpot, a standard game in Thai night bars. It's a relaxing space, so time passes quickly. This bar has an automatic extension system, so the staff doesn't call out to you every hour. I tell the lady that I'll be leaving after one set and ask her to prepare to pay. The hour goes by in a flash. I decide to leave. I enjoyed the Ichaka Bar Club Line 23 near Young Place. The man from Club Line 23 told me about another recommended karaoke bar. It's inside the Young Place building. So I headed to Young Place. The recommended shop is this: The Lovers. Young Place seems to be the name of this building. There is a huge The Lovers sign at the entrance to the Young Place building. The Young Place building is quite spacious. It's hard to tell from this video, but there are quite a few karaoke bars in the building. I arrived at The Lovers on the 3rd floor. It's 11 p.m. I arrived at The Lovers, a karaoke bar on the 3rd floor of the Young Place building. A 21-year-old lady will serve me right away. She will explain the system of the bar. The bar is open from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. The set price for 1 hour is 700 baht. The ladies' drink is 200 baht. It is not an automatic extension. You don't lose track of time and keep drinking, so it's a relief. However, it seems that the lady is supposed to drink 4 ladies' drinks in 1 hour. It seems that the customer has no right to refuse this. So, in the end, it seems that it will cost a fair amount. The 21-year-old lady has a cute face. She has a youthful cuteness. She came to Bangkok 3 months ago and has been working here for 3 months. She is originally from Khon Kaen in the Isan region, and was a student in the past. The lady said that Bangkok is so crowded with people and cars that it gives me a headache. All the bars in this Young Place building are karaoke bars. Indeed, when I saw the inside of the building earlier, it really did look like that. The lady said that she always gets home around 4 a.m. She lives near Samabirth Hospital on Sukhumvit 49. The lady said that the best Thai food dish is som tam. She also recommended noodles, gapao, and tom yum goong. An hour passed in the blink of an eye while I was talking to this innocent lady. I decided to leave the bar soon. I enjoyed my first karaoke bar in the Young Place building. This is what the first floor of Young Place looks like around 12:19 a.m. When I tried to go outside, it was pouring rain. I decided to call a Bolt taxi to get around. The sudden rain seemed to have caused a sudden increase in demand for taxis, so it took quite a while to arrange a Bolt taxi. It was easy to make a reservation for a Bolt taxi, which was a little more expensive. There was a traffic jam, so I got off near my destination. I was pretty close to my destination, so I decided to walk from here. It was around 1:16 a.m., but the area was very crowded. I passed Nana Plaza for now. As you can see, Sukhumvit Soi 4AA is one of my favorite sois. The time is 1:18 a.m. After passing through baggage inspection at the entrance, I enter Nana Plaza. I was thinking about going back to the hotel and going to sleep, but I ended up coming here anyway. I came here to have a quick beer before going back to the hotel. First, I take the escalator to the 2nd floor, then I take the stairs to the 3rd floor. I enter the Go-Go Bar billboard. I sit right next to the rotating stage. I order sing a beer. I want to live in Bangkok. After staying at billboard for about 25 minutes, I leave. Next, I enter Butterflies, which is on the same 3rd floor. I sat down at a table by the wall. I ordered a San Miguel Light. I want to live in Nana. I left Butterflies at 2:03 a.m. I headed to the exit of Nana Plaza. It was still around 2:05 a.m. but the lights in the Nana Plaza building had already gone out. It was time to go back to the hotel. When I left Nana Plaza, it had started raining again. Getting a little wet, I walked to the hotel. It's August now, and the rainy season after all. But not many people are carrying umbrellas. It's 2:16 a.m. and I've returned to the hotel. I decide to go back to my room and go to sleep. Thank you for watching. I'm glad if you feel you have trip. Please subscribe T2 Asia 4V channel. Please leave a comment and thumbs up. Please also super thanks. Please follow me on social media.